I've not posted a video in a while now, and that's because this winter break has been a little bit like this for me. I've been like having some issues, health issues, and then preparing for my TEAS exam, hence this video. I'll be taking my TEAS exam tomorrow. So for those of you that's wondering what the TEAS is, the TEAS is an exam you take for nursing school. I don't know if you take the exam for any other school, but for nursing school you need to take the exam in order to apply for nursing school. I know I mentioned a nursing major, but right now I'm doing my prereq, which I'm a prerequisite. Now I have to apply to the main nursing school. Like, it's time to now become a nurse in the making. The TEAS is divided in 4 sections. It's maths, science, English language, and reading. I feel like it's kind of similar to the test I took. I said test to the exam I took before coming here, which was the TSI, but it's a proctored exam. Proctored meaning that someone is watching you take the exam online, but I'm going to take it online. For the math section, I like doing my research about it. Is basically like basic math problems and algebra, and then for your science it will be your AMP biology class. Is like the question is going to come from your AMP biology notes, and then chemistry. The English part is like the reading comprehension and answering questions. The English language part is like basic English communication. Am I nervous about the exam? Well, not really, but kinda, because it's $127. okay, no, that's not the reason. I'm just nervous because I just want to get the exam done on my first try. You're allowed to take the exam twice. You're not allowed to take the exam more than twice. Like for the nursing school I'm applying for, you can only take the exam twice. Like if you take it and you don't meet up to the requirement, you can take it again. But after the second time you don't meet up to the requirement, it's over for you. I just browse what's a good T score for PV nursing school. For math, you need to get a 74%. Reading, you need to get a 75%. English, you need to get a 64%. Okay. And science, 55%. But to be competitive, you need to aim higher. That's you need to be in the 80s, in the 90s. Okay. So my goal is to be in the 90s, or if things goes out in the 80s. I paid $120 for this exam, so if I don't meet up to the requirements, I'm going to be paying another $120, $127 plus taxes. So you see why I just want to get it done with on the first try. It's currently 11:20, and I'm just gonna do a quick study for math. Since it's basic math, I'm gonna be using ChatGPT for that. I'm just gonna put in ChatGPT basic formulas that everyone should know in math. That's usually basic algebra formulas. That's my part for maths. And then for science, I went through my AMP notes. I already took AMP 1 and 2 biology classes, so I have some notes and I have some knowledge about science. And then English. So many people complain about this section because it's I believe it's like 36 minutes. And there are 36 questions, so you basically have you basically have a minute per question, so you need to read this passage and then look for the answer. And English is not something you rush through, so yeah, I think I'll just be looking for tips and tricks on how to navigate that section. So I'm going to be doing a quick study this night, and then tomorrow I have my exam scheduled for 11 a.m. So tomorrow I'm gonna be waking up, gonna have my breakfast, do a quick scan through, and then by 10 or 10:30ish, I'm going to start arranging my space for the exam because I'm gonna be taking it right here in my room. So first of all, before I start doing practice questions, I'm using this website for practice questions. It has math 38 questions, English 37 questions, reading 45 questions, science 50 questions. This is just like a website I saw for like practice question. Doesn't guarantee that these questions are actually gonna be on the test. It's just to get you familiar with it. The first thing I'm going to do is that stuff I talked about, like putting in ChatGPT basic algebra formulas to know. Let's do it together. Okay, I'm done with math, so I've written down the formula. For English, science, I'm going to do practice questions for science. I want to focus on the reading part because this is where I know most people I've seen online have difficulties, and I've had friends too that say, oh, the reading part is like the most challenging part for them. So let me just do practice questions of the reading part and show you guys what it looks like. Actually, I see why this part is challenging. Imagine them asking you to look for a condensed summary of a paragraph. Oh, it's not like a text, like a paragraph. So you really need to read fast and you need to think fast. But yeah, let me show you guys the reading. So it seems like they're just talking about more evidence of why octopuses are cool animals. So let's see the options. So this one says simple animals employ the same techniques. That's wrong. That's not a summary of the key idea in that paragraph. Octopus use that. No. No. So let's go with this one. Okay. I feel like I can do this. I wish but nobody guarantees this is the question that's going to come out. So yeah, just gonna be doing more practice questions. And then finally for science, what I'm going to be doing for science, because the topics I'm not so familiar with in science is genetics. Anything that has to do with genes, DNA, proteins, ribosomes. And then it was genetics and lymphatic system. So I'll need to watch those on YouTube, like videos. You know how they do those cartoonish stuff, explain complex stuff with animations. I'm gonna watch that, and then after that I'm going to sleep. So I'm gonna pull up a random science question, and if you know the answer, just put it down in the comment section. I'm gonna be liking your comments like I always do, but yeah, just for fun, just put it down in the comment section.
eternity later.
Finally, guys, I just finished taking my exam. I spent 3 hours taking the exam. Guys, to be honest, I was a little bit stressed. I wasn't stressed before the exam, but during the exam I was stressed and I was sweating because I was like, now it's time to check my score, guys, because your score comes out immediately after your exam. It's your preliminary score. 99% of the time your preliminary score and your finalized score are actually the same thing. It's just for you to have an idea of what you got. So yeah, kind of nervous and excited because I want to see if I passed this exam,
or if I'm going to spend another $120 to retake this exam.
I have to log into my TEAS account again in order to view my score, guys. Guys, I'm so excited right now. Like, you can tell how excited I am. I'm this calm on camera, but inside me I'm just like jumping up and down because I'm about to apply to nursing school, and I know my GPA is good, my T score is good, so yeah, I've done my best. It's now to leave the rest for God to do his part. It's my T score. I got a 92%, and I got 100% in English language, and in maths I got 97, in science an 88, and in reading an 82%. And quick tips I'm going to give about anyone that is getting ready to take their TEAS. Number one, focus on reading, like reading quickly and scanning through, because the math section is not really what's going to be your problem, because the math is basic math. And then focus on science. When you're doing science, focus on genetics, like genes questions. Focus on the systems, like the organ systems, and also temperature question like vasodilation and vasoconstriction, those heat stuff, the skin and everything. Focus on that. The questions are not, of course, you're not going to be similar, but I kind of like had a notion genetic questions were going to be on the exam, and also organ systems. Of course, those are some of the complex topics we have in A&P biology. The third tip I'll give is flag as much questions as possible. You will see an option to flag a question. Flagging means to like kind of like tag the question that, oh, I'm going to come back later. So just go through with the time you have, keep answering question. Any question that seems unclear to you at first, just flag it and move on to the next question. So by the time you're finished, before you press continue submit, the system is going to remind you that you have flagged questions that haven't been answered yet, and you can go and review those flagged questions. And now take your time. If you have additional time, take your time to go through those questions and just unflag them, and then you're done. Instead of like a question stressing you out and you are there thinking, and then time is going, just flag as much questions possible and then come back later to look at them. And yeah, lastly, don't be stressed. Like, I know exam stress is one, but try as much as possible to remain calm, because when you're under pressure, you're not going to be reading the questions really well. They can be asking you, oh, look for the opposite of this, and because you're stressed, you skip the word opposite and you think they're asking you to look for this, and it will be there in the options, so you pick it in without knowing that it was the opposite. So these are just quick tips for taking your TEAS exam. Bye guys. If this video was helpful to you, kindly subscribe, like, comment and share this video. I'll be reading all your comments. I'm gonna be liking all your comments. Thank you guys. Bye and see you next time.